So I'm all caught up on part 2 of season 6 of Cobra Kai. Much better than the first half. First half was a lot of setup. This was really good, really exciting. To finally we see the Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai finally get to the Sakai Taikai. Of course, it was revealed that Tori had joined the side of Cobra Kai after the death of her mother, and this first half and the second half, there's some of the drama gets a little annoying, especially with Tori. She still has a whole nobody understands me. No, a lot of we're having another misunderstanding. But I guess they're just a teenage kid, so they have a lot of those drama and hangups. But then even still, you still have Daniel and Johnny still getting into it, and a lot of fighting. A lot of that karate action is pretty cool. One of the best aspects is Cobra Kai gets there and they realize that they're not the top dog gym. There's another or dojo, and there's another dojo that's actually probably more advanced than they are. So it really brings in kind of a new antagonist or villain into it. Obviously, them deal with new rival gyms. And what's great about this show is I've heard I think whoever's in charge of Star Wars and Marvel and all that need to watch this show, because what they do a good job with is really conveying personalities. Like, you have these different dojos, they all have their own personalities. So there's ones you like, ones you don't like. So that leads to, of course, like with Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai, their dojo's personalities are based on the personality of the sensei of that dojo. Like, originally you had, Johnny's Cobra Kai as, you need to be badass and don't be a pussy, and it's kind of his ridiculous personality. And you had Daniel started Miyagi-Do, which is, of course, he goes for this more traditional approach that Mr. Miyagi bestowed upon him. And of course, in season 2, when Johnny's double crossed by Kreese, you get Kreese's Cobra Kai that becomes more nefarious and more of a villainous dojo. And so they get into the finals, and there's a point where chaos kind of breaks loose, and I've heard some people say something shocking happens, and I put on something on the level of shocking to more shocking than Robbie kicking Miguel over the rail in season 2. Of course, it comes to an end on this shocking moment, and that's the end of part 2, and we got part 3 coming out in February. It's just interesting that they broke this up into 3 parts. A lot of times, I believe this is probably because I know they were held up by the writer's strike, so that might lead them to, they may still be filming and episodes in post-production, and they're kind of bleeding them out in these 3 parts. So yeah, this part 2 was a lot of fun. A lot more action than the first part. Like I said, the first part was a lot of setup, so I'm looking forward to see how the whole series wraps up. This is season 6, the last season of it. And so I give this second half probably an 8 out of 10. And I am disappointed that this series is coming to an end. It's probably coming to an end. It probably is a good time for it to end, but it's one of the few better things on American television that I've been looking forward to. And if you've watched it yet, tell me what you think. Leave a comment in the spoiler-free comment in the section. Like and subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see y'all later.